Hello, I'm Eliza and join me on my channel to learn everything about journaling, drawing and coloring. Today, let's color. Today I'm going to color a page in this book from Decotime. It's a relaxing coloring book, glitter. So with 24 pages with glitter on every page, and maybe you'll see it, but there's a lot of glitter. The lighter brown, for instance, here is glitter and part of the greens. And I'm really curious how this book reacts to alcohol markers, because if I look at the back with examples of coloring pages that are in here, you see they use an alcohol marker. So I'm going to do the same, and I'm really curious. Well, let's flip through the book first, just to have a look what kind of pictures there are. I like this one, for instance, with a bird. Maybe I'll do that one. I'm in love with these butterflies, but I don't know if I want to do them straight away, because I first want to know how these pages react to alcohol marker. And I am going to try this book for coloring pencils as well, so maybe I'll do this one later. Another bird. I like those birds. And an enchanted house with a lot of greenery and flowers. I think these are kind of boring. So, as you can see, a lot of pages. I think I'll go for the house. Or are there too many small details? Yeah, I think there's too many small details for those large tips. I might go for this one. It's quite difficult to choose. I don't want to do that one. I'm going for this one. A lot of flowers as well, and a bird. And I don't think I'm going to use colors that are natural. But first, the alcohol markers that I'm going to use my Touch 80-piece set. And so there are many colors, 80. I swatched them all out. Here's my swatch page, so I can see what colors I can use. And I kind of think I want to make the bird blue with maybe a hint of pink. And then the leaves green, and I think I'll use the branch just normal brown, nothing too weird. And the flowers, I think I'll use pinks and purples, but I'll start with the bird and see how it works out. I really like the 144, so I'm going to use the 144. And like always, it's really important to choose your colors before, because then you can see if the colors look good together. I'll use the 67 as well. And I want a darker tone, but I think I'll go for the 183. If I can find it. I kind of like that it comes in a box, but as you can see, they just go everywhere. And I'll just have to well, search and grab, and sometimes you find it, sometimes you don't. So we now have 144, 183 and 160 and 76. I'm going to add in 185. There it is, found it. And I really like these two purples, the 145 and the 75, just to mix it up a bit. The 75 and the 145. And then the 147 as the pink. I don't want to use an extra pink. So those are the colors for my bird. I'm really curious how this will turn out. Let's have a look. I'll leave my swatch card here because if I don't know anything for sure, I can look back which colors am I going to use now and which color am I going to use later. It's always quite difficult, but now it's time to color, and I start with my darker color. So that's the 76. I think I'll make the tail, the belly, and this piece purple and pinks. I think I like that, and maybe even this. Maybe I'll just start with that. And I like the purple, the 147, to use it on the belly. So that's where I'll start. I hope it'll change up, because you see there's quite a big difference between the 147 on my swatch card and the 147 on my page. Well, there's no alcohol on the surface. And I kind of think that it'll bleed through quite heavily. Let's have a look. Yeah, and this is only one layer. So this one will bleed. I'm going to put a spare piece of paper in between. And this is the glitter part that I'm coloring now, and it's really slippery. And you see the alcohol lies on top of it. If you look at it closely, see that it lies on top of it. It is spreading out. It reacts to it, let's put it that way. But this was supposed to be pink, but it's almost purple, so I'm quite curious on how the purple itself will react. So I've used this one. I've used this, and I'm now going to use the 75, so let's see how that goes. Small, the fine tip. Okay. It's a bit darker than my swatch card, but it's not a big difference. It's not a big problem. Looks like all the colors are a bit darker on this paper. This was supposed to be a different color, but they look quite similar now. If you look over here, the 145 should be quite bluish. But if you look on this paper, it is a bit different if you see it dry. Not much. Okay, let's continue. Let's speed it up for you. I'm not really going to blend this time, maybe later on, but for now I'm just going to color a few things. It's really difficult to get the color on the glittery parts, as you can see. But it will give a nice effect, I think. They say coloring is quite therapeutic, and yes, it is. And I think you don't really have to think, well, as long as you know which colors you want to use, but you don't really have to think. Someone else did the thinking for you. They made the picture, so you don't have to. So you can just empty your mind and color along. The darker colors do give more color to the sparkles. But as you can see, it's important to swatch your colors, but maybe even on the pages you use. Because every paper reacts differently with your pencils or your markers. And this was one way of showing it. Coloring is just a way to express your creativity. So you don't have to follow the rules of nature, for instance. Because this bird is blue and purple, I want to make the flowers purple and pink. And I'll probably use blue for the branches. I first thought let's go like nature, but now I think let's make it all just purples, blues and pinks. So the flowers will be pink and purple and combinations of that, and the branches and the leaves will be blue. Feels a bit weird, it's just so slippery. The color over those sparkles. But I've also done a few pages in a book of Kirby Rosanes, and I'll show that in a different video, but those pages are quite intricate with a lot of details. I'm not a fan of this paper. The alcohol markers bleed way too much, and I think the glitters are way too slippery for the alcohol marker. I slip off and it leaks that way. It's annoying. I don't think I'll do another page in this book with alcohol marker. I am really curious how it reacts to pencil or maybe even watercolor, so I'll see what I'll do next. But for a pencil drawing I will make another video, so as soon as that's done I'll put a link down below as well. Unfortunately, my camera stopped filming, so here is the end result of the page. It turned out okay. I really am not a fan of this paper, and I kind of think the back of this page is way more beautiful than the front. I like the way the colors look on the back. But no, I won't use alcohol markers again in this book.